Fire starting is one of the programs we do at the outdoor campus pretty often. In fact, for school programs, we love to do fire starting as part of our survival series that we do with fourth grade and up, generally. And so the biggest thing about starting fires that we need to make sure we focus on is safety. We can't just go anywhere in the Black Hills National Forest in South Dakota and dig a pit and start a fire. That's not okay. So if you're in a campground or if you have a fire ring that's been approved by the Forest Service, you can start a fire in that. The next thing is you need to make sure that you have cleared the area around your fire ring. So you should have about a 10-foot radius around your fire ring that's clear of any kind of debris to make sure that sparks don't go out and catch things on fire. All right, so two more things that I always stress when I'm working with students and starting fires is you always need to have adult supervision. And then the last thing is you always need a way to put out your fire. And so I usually like to have some kind of water source. Okay, so Grayson has collected some of the materials that we need and brought them here. So we have some of our tinder here, and this we really want to be in a small bunch, but we also need to have oxygen be able to flow through this tinder pile. And that's because fire needs oxygen in order to actually be fire and to continue to burn. So sometimes what will happen is people will put way too much packed in, and then the fire doesn't get enough air, enough oxygen, and so the fire then just goes out. So we're going to take our tinder pile and put it right in the center here. So once we have our tinder pile in the center, the next thing we're going to do is build up the kindling and the larger logs around it. So we want to build a structure. So some people might build like a teepee. So they'll take their logs and their kindling and they'll build up a little teepee structure, and that's where they'll go from. There's another one that I actually like more. This is the one I prefer, probably because I like to make Lincoln logs when I was a kid. So it's just like that. We're gonna build up a log cabin with some of our bigger sticks. That one's a little bit too big. And then at the top, we're going to layer some of these smaller sticks over the top, just like that. And then that's where we would start our fire. And we want to make sure that we have some good airflow. All right, once you have your log cabin or teepee, your structure formed for your fire, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to actually light the fire. So today we're going to show you how to use a flint and steel. So there's a lot of different flint and steel options that you can find out on the market. So these are just a couple of the options. So I'm going to show you with each one of these how they work and what you do. So there's some that, like this one, I put my thumbs in both of these, and then we want to be close to where we're trying to get the sparks, as close as possible. And what I like to do is I like to kind of start at the top, and I like to sweep down and kind of flick out. You want to try to throw the sparks towards what you're trying to light, okay? Kind of like this. Okay, that's a little bit of one. So here's a different striker and flint, and same kind of thing, but you want to throw the flames down. I have a little bit more luck with this larger one. See how the flames I'm trying to throw into the fire. And then there's one more, this one right here, and this one has teeth on one side, so the striker is a little bit sharp, so you need to be careful with that. And this is the striker, and this one also has some magnesium on the back, and this is something that you can use as a fire starter. You can peel some of this off with a knife and add it to your tinder, and that helps you start a fire. So you flick it down, flick it down, flick it down. Now we could spend a little time, we will get it eventually. To help us, we can use one of the fire starters. So you can use one of these fire starters, like we had the one yesterday from the last video. We made a fire starter with cotton ball and petroleum jelly. So this would be something, a good time to use this. You can stick it down right here, and those sparks that are catching will catch on to that cotton ball and that petroleum jelly much faster. There we go. All right, so it was a lot faster when we used the petroleum jelly. So now we want to very carefully keep this fire going.